What's going on, guys? We're back once again, and I really wanted to get this out here and the title of this video, obviously, the hate towards Dragon Ball Daima. Now, again, I know there's a lot of people that I have comments on, and sometimes I get comments on, whether it be YouTube, my Facebook page, or even Twitter, or a few other things. And there's a lot of people that are just dogging this series and saying, "Oh my God, it sucks," or "I'm out of it," or "I don't care," or "It's this and it's that," and they're not giving an explanation of, because I ask people, like, why don't you like the series? Like, what is it about the series you don't like? And they don't answer. They don't answer. And I feel like it's because either they cannot give you a reasonable explanation of something. Because if someone asks me, hey, why don't I like this? Don't be ignorant and don't be very biased, because otherwise you're going to come across very, very stupid. You're going to come across very like you don't understand something unless you've actually watched it or you've actually looked into it. And am I saying Dragon Ball Daima is the best thing that's ever come out of Dragon Ball? No, of course not. Dragon Ball Daima is a very much of a centric story to pay homage not only to OG Dragon Ball fans, but a little bit of GT and Dragon Ball Z as well. Now, again, I know a lot of people, including myself, wanted Super to continue, whether it be in animation, manga, whatever. Unfortunately, this is what we have. And like the old saying goes, you can either complain and we don't get nothing, or we get something and you still complain. So it's like no matter what goes on, I feel like someone in the fandom, like the old saying goes, is wine can fall from the heavens and there's still going to be a problem, and that's just the way it's going to be. Now, I'm not sitting here to dog on people. I'm not sitting here to be disrespectful to people who do or do not like this show. But again, if you don't like the show, then that's your right. If you like the show, that's your right as well. I like the show. There's issues I do have with the show. The pacing has been very slow. I feel like that there's things within the show that they could have sped up a little bit, especially with fighting the Tamagamis, or the lore building they've been doing, finding out more about the Supreme Kai, his species, where they come from, more of the demon realm, Pansy, Glorio, etc. But at the same time, it's lore building. There's no problem with that. But you got to balance it out a little bit too. And now that we're finally getting a little further into the, I would say, the action side of it, then I feel like that there's people that are going to be enjoying it, but there's also people that's going to say, I don't want to watch it because it's kids, and oh, it's just a GT 2.0. And it's like, it's really not. I mean, there is homage to GT, there really is. But at the same time, if you're not watching it and you're not giving it a chance and you're not actually, diving into this world that, Akira Toriyama built, may he rest, because this is the last thing, one of the last things he gave us before he passed away. And I'm wanting to watch this because this is 40 years of Dragon Ball. And I've been a Dragon Ball fan for so many years, and I want to be able to go into this show, enjoy it. There's been comedy, there's been drama, there's been action. There's a lot of homages to people that enjoy the older Dragon Ball, and there's some people that enjoy the new Dragon Ball. And it's like, again, Dragon Ball has always been one of those things where you need to either like some of it, you don't like some of it, you hate it, you love it, whatever. And I'm gonna say this: as much as I love Dragon Ball, and I love Dragon Ball, there is issues. I will admit that there is no such thing as a perfect anime. There's no such thing as perfect show, perfect manga, perfect book, whatever. But at the same time, if you're going to watch this show, or if you're going to critique a show, or if you're going to critique something, at least read it, watch it, or something, and then have a reasonable explanation, rather than just some kind of comment to come out of your butt and you don't have an explanation to kind of back it up with, because that's just going to make you look very biased and ignorant. And no one wants to see that. No one wants to deal with that. And when that happens, it's just like, really? And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's the best thing ever. I'm not saying that. I'm enjoying it. The animation looks amazing. The music looks amazing. Learning about these characters are amazing. Is this something I would outright choose myself if they came up to me and said, hey, what do you want to do with Dragon Ball? I wouldn't have done this. Honestly, I wouldn't have done it. I would have done something more darker with the Demon Realm, or I would have continued Super, or I would have done something in Universe 11 with the Pride Troopers, or Universe 6 with the other Saiyans, something to continue the building of Dragon Ball to actually explore more of this massive world that we have in this world that we love so much. And unfortunately, I feel like that is what some of the writers and the animators and the others are not doing, is that they're not capitalizing on other issues that the fandom is interesting into learning or that wants to learn, or all these other stories that the fandom are creating and is actually somewhat doing better than the anime or the manga, in my own opinion. And I feel like that if the actual animators and the writers don't do something, then a lot of fans are going to go toward these fan mades rather than the actual content. But again, that's neither here nor there. But for the hate that Dragon Ball Daima is getting, I feel like some of it is unnecessary. I feel like it is fine to critique something, but at the same time, it's here. It's not going to go anywhere. Will we get a season two? Don't know. Apparently, it's going to be a very short series. It's supposed to be ending sometime next year, early next year. I wish it was going on a little bit more. Apparently, it's supposed to be shorter than Super and GT, from what I've been hearing. But guys, what do you guys really think about Dragon Ball Daima? Is it worth all the hype? Is it worth the story? Is it worth your time? Is it just something you're just not interested in? If you're not interested in it, give me your actual explanation why you don't like it down in the comments, and don't just say, "Oh, I hate it," and they never respond to the reason why I'm asking you, why don't you like it? If you like it, give me a reason why you like it. If you don't like it, give me a reason why you like it. Just because I agree or disagree with you is fine. I mean, we can still be Dragon Ball fans at the end of the day, and we can still be adults and have a great conversation. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you as always on the next one.